My name is Fiona Mata, and I live in the Peatmore area of Swindon. And somebody living in this community, if you've been approached by anyone, especially a police officer, and told that I'm mentally ill, suffering from, I think I've heard comments like bipolar, schizophrenia, I want you to know it's not true. I'm actually the victim of a corrupt policing program called the Targeted Individuals Program. And in that program, Wiltshire Police and other police forces take it upon themselves to disseminate false information about their victims. And usually what they'll tell a community is the person is unstable, mentally ill. They'll list a whole list of things, anything that sounds frightening, convincing, any label they'll use, they'll just tell people whatever. Under surveillance, on a potentially violent person's register, so they're dangerous to be watched. And this has been ongoing with me for a long time. I rarely leave my house. I rarely do anything. I can't even go to a supermarket without being harassed, and much worse than that, which I will not divulge in this video because you simply would not believe it. And that's the whole idea about this program, though, is the fact that you're not meant to believe a word that I say. Someone chooses to run the narrative on me, and once that seed is sown in a community, it is very, very difficult to let people see that there is nothing wrong with the individual, i.e. myself, and other targeted individuals. We are of sound mind, we're decent, we don't cause any harm, we don't shoplift, we don't do drugs. We're well-behaved individuals. In fact, for the most, all I do is clean the house. I do nothing else. There is a whole lot more I could say about this. I'm writing a testimony because this entire program needs to be exposed. As I said to you before, I live in the Peatmore area of Swindon. And I know for a fact that there is one particular female police officer who took it upon herself to tell my neighbour that I wasn't right in the head. How interesting. I mean, what a phrase to use. Not right in the head. Well, it's very professional, or rather I should say very unprofessional. I also heard it from another chap who likes to carry a bit of surveillance at me that he thought I had bipolar, a condition called bipolar disorder. No, I don't, and nor do I have schizophrenia, which is another thing. It's highly unlikely. I also advise people that psychology is very much just pseudoscience, and so a lot of it is rubbish. And I consider myself to be quite normal, grounded, quite individual, keeps themselves. But I am so wholly fed up of corrupt policing that is going on in Wiltshire, and especially around the Swindon area. And I ask you not to listen to these corrupt police officers. They are telling you lies. They're Mason-driven police officers, and they cooperate with the Masons, and they will do anything they're told to do, and off they go and tell people all sorts of lies about us. There is a lot more that I could say on this. I think you've seen some of my videos. My videos are very accurate, and I'm telling the truth about everything that actually goes on. I can't report anything to the police because they just refuse to investigate. Hacking of my phone, hacking of my laptop, damage done to my possessions around the house. I was knocked down by a cyclist on purpose at the end of September, and I could have been really badly hurt, and luckily I wasn't. I had a car driver drive his car deliberately at me. There was no doubt about that. Again, it's not something I can report to police. I didn't have enough evidence that day to be able to do that, but that's just a few things that I face. So my life's in constant danger, there's no doubt about that. And no, I'm not delusional. I haven't got bipolar, I haven't got schizophrenia. I'm a decent person telling the truth about what is going on up and down the UK with corrupt police officers. We have been placed on the targeted individuals program, and I believe that someday the details of this will come out. It's much like the operations of the Stasi. If you care to look at that, it's based on the operations of the Stasi, what the Stasi used to do to the victims, gaslight them, and also tell neighbours and stuff, the community members, that the people in question, the victims, were mentally ill. This has been going on for years with people. This is what they like to do. If somebody believes you're mentally ill, they won't listen to you. Well, I'm suffering from stress, obviously, but I am quite well. And I'm fed up with the threats from Wiltshire Police for going out. There's drug dealers, paedophiles that get to go out and in the community and do what they wish. I have done nothing wrong. I'm not criminalised, but yet I have to stay indoors. Ask yourself how fair that actually is. You got to ask yourself the question, where is the fairness in that? And why aren't Wiltshire Police going after real criminals? Because crime pays, that's why.